let's talk about the third and fourth generation. And this is found in Deuteronomy 5:9. And the Most High basically says that to punish the children of Israel, Yah's chosen people, he said, or this is basically what it means. To the third and fourth generation is a phrase from the Ten Commandments in the Old Testament of the Bible, specifically in Exodus and Deuteronomy 20:5 through 9, or Exodus 25 through 9 and Deuteronomy 5 and 9, stating that Yah's punishment to the children for the sins of the parent to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me. Now, when we think about it to the third and fourth generation, and then we parry it to what's going on today, and we can go back to the generation that was born in the 70s or even 60s, 70s, and we can bring that all the way up into the 80s, 90s, and 2000. And what you're seeing is the third and fourth generation. This is what you're seeing now. You're seeing the third and fourth generation, and you see the iniquity. You see the young people today that have totally lost their way, totally lost any center of morals and values, ethics, sense of ethics. And Satan knows this, and he's used this situation or this truth to literally destroy the third and fourth generation. And what we're seeing that is coming live right before our very eyes, what we're seeing when it comes to the crime, the murder, the pillaging, the stealing that's going on amongst the youth of the descendants of the third and fourth generation that's experiencing today, it all makes sense. It's all come to pass. And it's getting worse, whether it's within the third or fourth generation. Could you imagine a fourth generation that has not repented? Could you imagine a world where these children, these youngins, these 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds, right? 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds are going out and they're having children. The same people that's tearing up Chicago. HIV at a highest rate between these rates of children. The scamming, the pillaging. You're seeing organized rings of young, and all other races are doing them. Don't get me wrong, but you see our people, the melanated people, in droves. Pretty much, that's what you see on social media. You see the crackdown that's taking place, and it's all coming to pass. It's all coming to pass, and it's amazing to sit back and see this thing take place right before our very eyes. But I wanted to play something of the situation, because we have plundering going on, literal plundering going on in these major cities, where these young children, they're running up in stores and they're grabbing everything and they're running out. This is plundering behavior, where you have young folk or folk in general in an organized way going in to steal from businesses that reside in these cities. It's unlike we've never seen anything before. But we also see the politicians, these people that take your money through taxation, live high on the hog, and literally is not accountable to anyone. And I'm going to play a clip of a woman that is reacting to Governor Pritzker of Chicago telling Trump not to come, okay, because, Trump has been sending in these troops. But we all know that this was all planned. See, these globalists, they have 20, 30-year, 40-year plans. They know exactly what would happen in generation to generation if you flood the melanated communities of this country with crack cocaine. They knew exactly what would happen. They orchestrated all of this. I get it. And my personal take on it is that, you know, there's only things that you can control. You can't control your environment, but you can control how you respond and react to your environment. And even though these things are out there, that doesn't mean I have to be a partaker in them. But I get the sentiment of people. We clearly see the repercussions of it, regardless of the sentiment of people, that it was racist and all of this and the third. At the end of the day, it happened, and it has happened. But we see these politicians, they get up in their grandstand, and it really is getting sickening at this point, because the mayor, which is a Democratic city, and the governor are saying that crime is down. But let's hear this woman make an observation as to the mayor and the governor and the situation with rampant crime in the city of Chicago.
An interview of Governor Pritzker of Chicago telling President Trump not to send the military into Chicago after President Trump announced that he could potentially be sending the military to Chicago next after he sent them into Washington, D.C. Which, by the way, after he sent them into Washington, D.C., the crime rate has reportedly exponentially went down. So you have the governor. He was standing on a boat, you guys, taking questions from the press, who was asking him how did he feel about President Trump announcing that he would send the military to Chicago next, potentially. And he's like, well, we'll take it up legally. We'll take them up in courts, because you know that's how the Democrats always are. Whether it's illegal immigration or anything,
get a judge.
They gonna go to court. Mm-hmm. They don't do nothing else. They gonna go to court. Mm-hmm. Okay, because they got they bought and paid for attorneys and judges doing the bidding for them. At any rate, this dude is on a boat saying how safe it is in Chicago, and we, as you can see, don't have any problems. It's safe. I just walked to down the street to dinner with my wife, and he's taking an interview on the boat, and he's taking an interview downtown in Chicago. Why didn't you have that interview on the South Side? So
you see these hypocrites. So you see these hypocrites. You pay for their security. You pay their exorbitant salaries. You pay for their lifestyle, and yet and still these same people get up, grandstand, and tell you that there's no crime, there's no issues, there's no need for all of this kind of stuff. See, I understand full well that there's no difference between these two sides, the Democrats and Republicans. I get it. I understand it. There is no difference between these two sides. They are the same, you know, they said the same side of the same, you know, the equal side of the same coin or whatever. They're the same. But regardless of the Democrats or Republicans, they're all people that is against you and create this false narrative of conflict, all while they're jacking you for your cash and taxating you and policing you half to death.
Thank you.
But the same laws that they pass, it don't apply to them. Isn't it amazing?
These people that say crime is down and life is a fairy tale and everything's perfect, they don't go to where the crime is. They've never been there. They don't even know where the crime's happening because they don't think it's out there. In these neighborhoods where it does happen, they don't ever visit those places.
Okay. Why don't you go to the South Side and have that interview so we can really see the streets of Chicago? And
then he can't lie.
Chicago. Because for years it's been reported that Chicago has had one of the highest murder rates. Okay?
Yeah.
Black on black crimes for the party.
Black on black crime, and they don't talk about it, nothing at all. It's amazing because, hey, you know, and she says this, nobody says anything when, 13 black children, young men kill 15 other black children, 30, 40, 50 deaths in a weekend in Chicago, and nobody says anything. But when a white cop does something to a black man, it's racism, and it's all over the news. It's amazing, isn't it? But this stuff, they ain't on over the news.
That loves to promote Black Lives Matter. We didn't hardly hear anything about all of those killings that were reportedly happening in Chicago weekend after weekend. But oh, don't let it be a white cop on the black guy, because oh, we gonna hear that non-stop. Because y'all love to run that division, because that's how y'all keep us going
That's
against
right.
each other and staying in power. But now that's coming to
Yeah,
an
team
end.
up and vote them out. Yeah, look what happens when the police.
See, nothing is going to change. Absolutely, positively, nothing is going to change. Because this is what these people do. They grandstand and they're jacking you for your money. It's pretty sad to see the level of hypocrisy that's taking place. It's blatant. It's right there in your face. And nobody seems to get and understand where we're going. These people, Democrats and Republicans, they're all working together behind the scenes. One to push the chaos, and the other to push the solution to the chaos, which is you in FEMA camps. Because, see, this is where we're heading. They're going to be rounding up people. And, hey, listen here. ICE, whether it's ICE or, they're going to be rounding up people. They're going to be sending people to prison. They're going to be sending people to labor camps. This is what's coming back. Because what do you do with, and they've been very successful. They've been extremely successful at the destruction of the family structure of the melanated people. And we've fallen for it hook, line, and sinker. The third and fourth generation. What do you think? The fourth generation. You see the third generation right now, if you count back. The fourth generation. Ooh, I tell you. If they're doing carjackings at 12 and 13 and killing and murdering and stealing and robbing and the disposition on these people, I tell you, man, we gonna outdo Sodom and Gomorrah. It's as in the days of Noah, as in the days of Lot. We're seeing it all over again. Boy, it's gonna be a ride, man. I tell you.